The powers gained through contemplation, etc., can be seen by others, but the state of liberation that one attains cannot be seen by others. The concern here is with the nature of the liberated individual, the jivanmukta. And of course this is of concern if you're a spiritual seeker. You want to know, is this person liberated, or are they some kind of con person? So we're being told here that the state of liberation cannot be perceived. And if you think that somebody has the signs of liberation, then the chances are you're heading into a very sticky situation. So be careful. Even as the taste of honey is capable of being tasted only by oneself. I think there's a slight error in the punctuation here. There shouldn't be a full stop. So it should read, but the state of liberation that one attains cannot be seen by others, even as the taste of honey is capable of being tasted only by oneself. So the state of liberation is a private thing. It's not something that's noticeable by others. When one who has experienced the state of bondage and also pain and pleasure is liberated from all these, he is said to be liberated. He is considered a liberated person whose inner consciousness is cool and peaceful. He is in bondage whose mind and heart are disturbed and distracted. Bondage and liberation are not noticed in physical functions. So you cannot tell externally if somebody is liberated. From a practical point of view, you just have to get on with it yourself. And be very careful about getting some kind of buzz from charismatic individuals. This is often mistaken for spirituality, and it isn't. It's just the opposite. It's a very deluded state. Some people have charisma, and some people long to drink of that charisma. If you're interested in spiritual understanding, then this kind of situation has no benefit for you whatsoever. So the liberated person is somebody who's equanimous, whose inner consciousness is cool and peaceful. He is in bondage whose mind and heart are disturbed and distracted. You'd think that these would show themselves physically, but let's read on. Whether his body is cut into 1,000 pieces or he is crowned an emperor, the liberated one is liberated, even if he apparently weeps and laughs. Weeping and laughing are natural functions. Something like grief or even tears of happiness can happen. They happen to the body. Sometimes you can't control yourself, but there are different levels going on, and deep within, the story is different. Within himself he is neither elated nor depressed. He experiences neither happiness nor unhappiness, even while receiving all these experiences. One of the things that people expect of their guru is that the guru be happy, that he has a radiant smile, but there's no reason why he should have. What about the bliss of consciousness? The bliss of consciousness does not necessarily reveal itself in a big gleaming smile. He is not dead even when he is dead. He does not weep though he weeps. He does not laugh though he laughs. Such is a liberated one. It's all like the waves. The waves are still happening. The waves are still flowing. The waves are still crashing down. But identification is with the depths. There's no getting swept up in the waves. Even though the waves are happening, there's no getting swept up in them. The depths are still and equanimous. He is free from attraction or attachment, though he is attracted and attached. He might still have his likes and dislikes, but they're not important. They're not important. I remember the guru Bhagavan Rajneesh, who became known as Osho. He was often seen as a figure of ridicule because he had all these limousines. People liked to give him limousines, and maybe he liked them, but they weren't important to him. He didn't need these limousines. Maybe he appreciated them, but I think it's very unlikely that he was attached to them. He gets angry, though he is not angry. He is not deluded, though he is deluded. We find that people can be very critical and judgmental of gurus. What if the guru's a chain smoker? What if the guru's given to tempers? What if the guru's given to pride, to arrogance? Well, you have to make up your own mind. We must be careful that we're not given credibility to all these egomaniacs that pass themselves off as gurus. And personally, I would say if a guru gets angry, we shouldn't make excuses for him. He's angry, that's it. And he might not be quite on the ball sometimes. He might not be that aware of what's going on. He might not be aware of the play of his own ego that is going on. It's interesting to look at the excuses the disciples often make for the guru. That this is the play of the guru, or he's testing them. If somebody is equanimous, then it's unlikely that there'll be any signs of anger. And he's only deluded to the extent that he has to use everyday language, the language of concepts, the language of perception, and so on. He has to talk in dualistic terms. So in this way he's deluded, although he is not deluded.